Hi, I'm Riley Fuller, President and co-founder of Humanity and Hope United. Today and over the next few weeks, we're going to be inviting you to invite your friends to become more of a part of a life-changing story. So for me, this started 12 years ago, and I never had any dreams of helping Honduras or anybody else. What happened is that I wrecked my dad's car, and as a result, he didn't want me to stay home by myself anymore in their house and potentially breaking more of their stuff. So he sent me to Honduras with him and with the rest of my family. And when I got there, I was struck by what the birth lottery does and doesn't do for people. At the end of a 2.5 hour plane ride, I went from a country, that most of us know as a land of opportunity. One where you get to go to school, you get to have everything you need, from food to clean water to friends, and a safe society where you can freely walk around in. Just a few hour plane ride away, Honduras didn't have any of those things. Because of violence and danger on the streets, people were afraid to walk around their house and do normal things like going shopping. There were a lot of people, 60% of the population who live completely disconnected from a city center. And as a result, they don't have jobs that provide the income they need. And they live in physical poverty. They live with food insecurity. They live with the ability normally to only go to school to 6th grade. And they live without a whole lot of tangible hope of making that better, because it has been that way for almost all of recent memory. So I went down there and I stayed for a week, and frankly, that's when I thought that my story with Honduras would end, but thankfully, yet in a very difficult way, 3 years later, my own life kind of hit the bottom. I had gone only after my own dreams. I hadn't thought about anybody else, and after achieving a lot of them, I found myself feeling emptier than I ever had before. So I thought, man, if my life isn't able to help make somebody else's better, then I don't know what I'm doing here. So this whole dream that came from the first time that I went to Honduras and I saw what the birth lottery does for people in my own life and doesn't do for people in a lot of the lives that I got to meet, I decided to start Humanity and Hope with a group of friends. And rather than focusing on any individual issue, what we decided to do was focus on individual people and groups of people. So rather than being a water nonprofit or a jobs nonprofit or an education nonprofit or a clean water nonprofit, all of which are amazing, we decided to do something different. We decided to be a people nonprofit that invested in 6 key areas where people ask for help. And those are education, jobs, clean water, and other infrastructure, community, leadership, and healthcare. Now, 9 years later, we ended up starting it in 2010. 9 years later, we thankfully are a big group of very talented people. I get to have the great honor to be a part of it. By no means am I the most important or even the one who has the most impact. We have people who are experts at all 6 areas that we invest in, and also things like marketing, communications, experience for people who want to be donors or who want to be volunteers and lead this effort forward. So really what my story shows is that you might be the least likely person ever to make a difference, but if you just take one step, you'll probably feel like it's a magnet pulling you to take another. You'll take another step, and you'll take another, and at the same time, you'll invite your friends around you to become part of something that feels deeper and more important and more significant and longer lasting than anything that you could have ever imagined. So this week, we're here to invite you to be a part of a story that is different than when I started. Now, Central America, and especially Honduras, Guatemala, and El Salvador, are such difficult places to live that at least in Honduras, where we serve, over 1% of the country is going to leave, the entire country is going to leave this year to try to come to the United States. I think we've all seen pictures of what the immigrant centers here on the border in Texas and across the rest of the southern U.S. look like. And the beauty of this is that no matter what side of the political spectrum that you fall on, what we do is we help people build a home that they can be proud in, one that they can be safe in, one they can thrive in, and one that builds a better future, predictably a better future, through jobs and education for years and years to come. So no matter where you fall in your beliefs, what you can believe in is helping people build a home where they can thrive. And that's what we're all about. That's what's going to ultimately solve this crisis at the border. And it's something that, hopefully as we get older, we can look back in life and say, I'm really proud that that's what I focused my time and my energy and my legacy on. So tomorrow we're going to be sending it to my brother, who's the president of operations, Jordan Fuller. He's going to talk about more what it's like on the ground in Honduras and help highlight people, especially Honduran people who are making a huge difference down there. But just know that not only do we want you to be a part of this, we need you to be a part of this. And together we can make truly unbelievable things happen. So thank you, and looking forward to sharing more with you soon.